Hello friends, I am very much excited today because today we are going to perform a video on our software. So please don't be harsh on me because this here I am the one who is learning from this video. So if you can add up some knowledge, then please you are requested. And now let's get back on our video. So we are in front of our software interface. So this is your interface. um, this part is called workspace, or we can say R script, and this part is called R console. So what is difference between working in R console and R workspace or R script? See, uh, if you have written a code, any code in R script part, then what will happen? If you have written a wrong code, you can just remove it by using backspace key, and then rewritten or rewritten a correct code, and then execute it. But if you have written a wrong code in this console part, then after executing execution, it will show you error, but you cannot delete or remove the incorrect. You have to write a next code in next line. So it is a user friendly interface. So it is just supposed to be write your codes in R script part. It will be better if you know the correct code, then it is no problem, you can write directly write in console part. But if you are a beginner like me, then you should write your codes in workspace. Okay, today we will learn about a term, data frame, which is highly used in is also statistics and uh, uh, now what is data frame? Let me drag it so you can see the whole text. Okay. So here is data frame. So what is data frame? A two-dimensional structure with one type of data variable in one column only, but can have different type of data in different columns. What does it mean? See, it is a table. It is a table type of structure. Means if you have a table with any number of rows and two columns, then in column 1 you can only put one type of data, and in second column you can put only one type of data. And in both columns the data may be differ. Suppose you are inputting a character type of data. Character type of data means where you can use words from A to Z, like you can put apple, you can put all the fruits name, apple banana pomegranate, whatever you eat. So you can put all character variables in your one column, and in other column you can put some numeric type of data or some integer type of data. But you are restricted to keep one type of data in one column. You can use different type of data in different columns. So here is your definition. See, whatever I write after this hash sign will not be executed even if you write it in your console part. So this hash gives you the capacity that this statement that you passed here after this hash will not be executed, will not be read by our software, by our program. So first of all we will find that how to form a data frame. It has two methods, so we will write one and then second. So for learning of data frame, let us use an example. Let us suppose that we have two types of data with us. Your first data is, uh, let me say, student's name. So name of students, fine. And your second data is, let me write it here, this is the first data you have, that is name, and that second data you have is marks of students. Fine. So this is your first data and this is your second data. So how to uh, form a data vector here? So this is our first problem. Before before describing a data frame, you need to describe a data vector. Data vector means a single column. How will you define it? So for this, what will we do? uh, Names equal, so this is your first column we are making here. So suppose that in first column you want to write 5 students name. So let us start writing. First name is Nidhi. Your second name is let me write Rohit. Your third name is Kirti, and your fourth name is, let me write Ram. Sorry, Ram. And your last name is, I write like a very conventional name, Suresh. Okay, so these are your 5 students you have data for. So this is the first data you have about your students, the name of students, and the other will be the marks of students. So you will, how you will form a data vector for these marks? Write marks equals to, you have to put right sign for that, equal to sign for that, for before making a data vector. And uh, data vector is will be formed if you put C. So this command C command, and then all the data entries in this bracket will form a data vector. So we will form our second data vector, which is marks. So we will write marks equal to C, and then we will write marks of all students. Let me write Nidhi has 88 marks out of 100, and Rohit has 87 marks, and some has 85, and I'm putting everyone in low. Ram is our lot, so let us write 92 marks. Uh, and Suresh has uh, 80 marks, right? So this is your second vector we formed. So how can we run it? So this is your first vector we formed. Now you will see that how your first data vector is formed. So select it, then in the top right corner you can see a run option. Click on that, run. So this is your first data vector is formed. Then if you want to see this data vector, then in your console part write names and just enter. So this is how your first data vector is formed. And what will we do for the second data vector? Again select it and then run it. And if you want to see this vector will be look like marks, and then again enter. So this is your second data vector. So this is how your second data vector is formed. So now we will use our first method of framing a data frame. So let me give a name to our data frame. It is students. So students equals to, what is your command here? Your command is data, let me not write it here, because if it it will gone wrong, it will create a problem for me. Let me write it here. So students, now give your command here. Your command here is data dot frame, data dot frame, and then bracket, and then write the name of data vectors you have given. Your first data vector is names, so write names here, names. And then see, here we are imposing a double colon here, but we will not write double colon here, inverted commas here, because we are not giving inputs. These are the already executed data vector, so we will only write names. And your second data vector is marks. Now let us run it. So this is now your data frame is formed, because in console part we are there is no error shown to us. Now let us see how our data frame looks. So just write students and then enter. So that is what about I was talking whole time. This is your data frame. This is your first column in which you are only having character variables, and this is your second column in which only you are having integer type of entries. So this is your data frame. So this was your first type, that how that you this was your first type, first method by which you could form data frame. Let us get back to the second method. Let me write method second. Now what will you do? So I will write just student here. For earlier it was the name of data frame was the students, it was plural, and this time I am just giving name student equals to data dot frame, and just keep it blank. Get out of this bracket and then press enter. Fine. And then write fix then write here fix student. Fine. And then what we will do now, we will run it. Select both commands together and then run it. Now you can see a table, an Excel table here, so you can easily write all the data here. From this I will copy here and then I will show you. Here we can click and just change the name of variable. So first variable was names, and then close. And similarly you can change second variable. Let me write all the variables. Now you can see I have entered all the information that we could have, and then just after all the entries, just close it and then run it. You can write here also student, student, and then enter. So this is the same table we got. See, both the tables are same, so you can use this method or this method. Both methods are correct here. Fine. So now what will we do? uh, we will perform some operations, what activity we can do with these data frames. So let me just pause. Now suppose you want to extract only one column of this data frame. Fine. uh, Whether you want names of all the student or you want marks of all the student, so you only want one column. How will you extract? So it is easy. First of all, you should type the name of your data frame you have. So student, this is our data frame. st I am really very bad in English. student. So this is student, and then write dollar sign. Fine. And after this dollar sign, write name, title of your column. So this is names. If you want to extract the column of names, then write names. Names. And then run it. When you will run it, you can see all the names of your students are here. And similarly, if you write marks here, then we can extract second column. See, your second column is here. Now there is also a second method, some other method you can use for that. Just write student and then big bracket here, and write 2 if you want to extract second column, and then run it. You will get your second column. This time your column is looking like a column. Last time your column was row wise, but your data is extracted. So this is the difference. If you write a comma before this 2, then your result will be same, I think. This is same, but what is happening, that your this time your marks your data is vertical, and this time your data is horizontal. So better to use comma before you extract a column. See, there is a concept. Whenever you write a bracket and after putting a comma and then write number of your column, then a column is extracted. And when before a comma you put a number, then that number of row will be extracted. We can see that after. So these were the methods. How can you extract a specific column from your data frame. Now we will see how to extract a row. So just let us suppose that you want to extract let me show you here. You want to extract this third row, Kirti with marks 85. So you want to extract this row, this particular row. Then what you need to do, before the comma sign, just put a number 3. So it will extract third row of this student data frame, and then run it. So now your third row is extracted. Now suppose you want to extract these 3 marks. First is 87, second is 85, and third is 92. You only want to extract these 3 marks, but you don't want corresponding student's name. So how will you extract only these 3 numbers? So you can see that in for these 3 marks we are using rows from second to 4, second, third, fourth. So we are going from row second to row fourth, and the column is same here, that is second column. So what we will do here, we will write whatever we write before comma will be for row. So row, our row is here from 2 to 4. So we will write it like 2, and uh, this double point is showing us that we are moving from second to 4. So whenever you write that 2 colon 4, then you are showing that you are using second, third and fourth row, going from second row to fourth row, and you want only 87, 87, 85 and 92, which all lies in the same column, that is second column. So when you will run it, it will give you all these 3 marks which you wanted earlier. Now what will you do? Now suppose you want to extract this name Nidhi and Kirti only. So only you want to extract Nidhi and Kirti. Then what will you do? You will form again a data vector. So for forming a data vector, what do we write? It is C and then bracket. In the first place, you will write student, your data frame's name, student, and then which of the first element you want. You want Nidhi's name. So Nidhi's name is written in first row and comma second, first row and first column, and then again student, and then you want to extract Kirti's name. So we will write first row and then third row. It is third row and first column. So this is your vector will be created. You can extract this vector like this, these data like this. So let me run it, and Nidhi and Kirti, name of Nidhi and Kirti are extracted now. This was all about how can we extract data from a data frame. Now if you want to see structure of your data frame, so a structure means how many observations are there, or what type of data are present in your data frame. Then just write str, then name of your data frame student, and then run it. It will be like so. You can see 5 observation of 2 variables, means in each you have 2 variables, and in each variable you have 5 observations. So in your first column you can see here, which is names, you are having character variable. It shows you that it is character variable and all the character name are there. And second column is marks, and the type of data we are using here is numeric data we are using here. So in numeric data you can also use decimal numbers. So this is your numeric data. So it was your structure of data frame, number of observation and types of data you have used in your data frame. Now let us suppose that if you want to extract like only first, second, okay, first, second or third, let me write third also. So if you want to extract this part only 3 rows from this data frame, then what will you use? You will use HEAD, this command, head student, and then comma, and how many rows you want. I need 3 rows, then I will write 3 here, and then run it. So this is your these are your first 3 rows you can use here. And if you write tail, then last 3 rows of your data frame will appear to you. So last 3 rows, Kirti, Ram and Suresh. And if you want to check, uh, hmm, if you want to check, uh, see, we have small data here. We have only 5 observation in one column. Let us suppose you have a column of present 250 observation. Then finding minimum or maximum value is not easy. So for that, what can you do? Just write, let us suppose you want to find maximum. So just write maximum command, and then your data frame's name and your column name. How you give a column name? Comma and then your column number, second, and then run it. So this 92 is your highest marks. And if you write min command, then minimum number will be shown to you. See, 80. And you can also give range to your if you also want to check range of your second column, then what is the range of from which value to from which value all datas are lying. So you can use uh, so from 80 to 92 marks of students are oscillating. Now uh, if you want average of all marks, then just write mean, and then we can also run it. And 86.4 your is your average marks you have for students. So there are many things we can do with data frame, and but until now I know only this. So but whatever I will know, I will tell you in my upcoming videos. uh, just please give me true comments that uh, how was your video. I mean, I really tried hard for telling you, but it may happen that I'm not a good uh, scholar of this R software. And well, thank you for watching this video, and please share or comment and add up your knowledge to my video. Thank you.